Welcome back to FilmBook Review. Today we're reviewing the 2025 Tribeca Film Festival film Rosemead, directed by Eric Lin and starring Lucy Liu, Lauren Shou, Orion Lee, Jennifer Lim, and Madison Hu. This is a Rosemead movie review and there will be spoilers. Let's get into it. For cinematographer turned writer-director Eric Lin, he has created something truly moving as he explores the complicated relationship between a widowed mother and schizophrenic son in his feature-length debut Rosemead. Inspired by a true story that took place in the East Los Angeles neighborhood this film gets its name from, Rosemead is a patient and contemplative film that follows our characters with empathy and objectivity as a mother and son are pushed to the brink in dealing with loss, terminal cancer, and mental illness. The film opens with a levitating shot through a Los Angeles motel parking lot and stops outside a room as we peer inside at a small family singing and dancing in front of the glow of a television screen. A moment that lives somewhere between a dream and a faded memory, this image of our happy family is something Lin will draw his characters back to over the course of the film. Happiness lives within the walls of that run-of-the-mill motel, but unfortunately, almost nowhere else in the world of the Rosemead. Once Lin establishes that pivotal moment in our character's story, he introduces us to their world outside the motel. Take everything you think you may know about Lucy Liu's acting chops before this and throw it out the door. Usually associated with action films like Kill Bill and Charlie's Angels, Liu shatters any box Hollywood placed her in and turns in the performance of her career as Iris. A Chinese immigrant, half her dialogue is spoken in Mandarin, and widowed mother, Iris is left to care for her troubled teenage son Joe all by herself. In addition to her lone parental duties, Iris is also a successful business owner who must juggle her professional career while raising Joe. Oh, and she has lung cancer. Not exactly a laugh riot. Joe comes off as your typical teenage boy, hanging out with friends, talking to girls, or at least trying to, but after a therapy session towards the beginning of the film, we learn that Joe has been diagnosed with schizophrenia, an illness that first reared its ugly head after the traumatizing death of his father. Joe and Iris do their best, but the further his mental health continues to degrade, the more Iris's denial continues to grow. Rather than discuss the mental status of her son, Iris hides their pain and struggles behind closed doors, even though friends and family can see in through cracks in the wood. Iris pushes through and avoids discussing Joe's mental status or the blood she's been coughing up with friends or family. It's important to note that the film takes place in 2015, and even though that's only 10 years ago, mental health has definitely become a much more open topic in American culture, especially amongst men. Tragically, the movie's portrayal of school shootings feels even more relevant today than it did in 2015. Over the course of the film, school shootings are continually mentioned in background television and news spots, and each time Joe seems more interested, not out of fear, but out of his paranoid delusions brought on by the escalating schizophrenia. It is a perfect storm that builds to a devastating final act. The majority of viewers who are unfamiliar with the true story that Rosemead is inspired by won't know where the picture is headed, but you get the sense early on that it won't end well. Rosemead is a harrowing and touching display of mental health that first-time director Eric Lin expertly navigates. You can only run away from trauma, illness, and psychiatric issues for so long before they inevitably rise up to the surface. Unfortunately, the love between a mother and her son isn't strong enough to conquer them, because if it were, Iris and Joe would never know a day of pain. And that brings us to the conclusion of this Rosemead movie review. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below. If you enjoyed this review, hit like and subscribe to the channel. For the latest movie and TV news, sign up to our daily newsletter or download the FilmBook Android app for instant alerts. Links are in the description. Thanks for watching, and you can check out one of these reviews next.